TV. So you're probably wondering why I'm wearing gloves and a helmet indoors. Well, that's because what we're reviewing today is actually inside this helmet right here. It is the Chips audio system from Outdoor Tech. And here's what the chips look like when they're not inside a helmet. As you can see there, they're right about a ½ inch thick and about 2 inches in diameter because they're kind of roundish. So this is what they look like, and here's how they work. For the sake of today's review, we're going to be using the ear pad section of the Giro Combine helmet. Chips do work with pretty much any audio compatible helmet, but this is what we've got right now, so this is what we're going to use. An additional reason we're using this is because it completely pops off so we can show it to you guys easier rather than dealing with a helmet the entire time we're talking about the chips. So here we go. Before we get into talking about exactly how chips work, let's talk a little bit about why you might want audio when you're out skiing. Now, the first thing is that people wear all kinds of different headphones, different audio systems, from earbuds to on-ear headphones to over-ear headphones. One of the downsides to some of that is that it keeps out a lot of ambient noise, and while that may be your goal to kind of isolate yourself out, it's also a little bit dangerous. So with these, what they've done is, because they go into the audio helmet or to the ear pad helmet liner of a helmet, they actually allow in quite a bit of ambient noise. So you can hear people talking to you, you can hear people kind of coming up behind you or whatever you might need. It's going to keep you a little bit safer on the slopes. So that's definitely a plus of the chips. Now, a lot of companies have audio systems of their own. I know that POC, for instance, work with Beats by Dr. Dre. So a lot of those systems are integrated already into the helmet. That means that they're going to bump the price of that helmet significantly. And after all, a lot of helmets don't have integrated audio, so you may want to do it after the fact. If you've got a helmet that you've had for years that you love that may be able to handle something like chips, then this is definitely something that you're going to be able to kind of update that helmet and still have some music or podcasts or whatever you want to listen to while you're using your helmet on the ski slopes. And additionally, these suckers can answer phone calls, and that's a biggie, and actually something I was a little apprehensive about. So now let's get into talking about the performance of the chips. First, let's talk about the amount of time these are going to last. If you're on a ski slope, let's say for 8 hours in a day, which is pretty ambitious, even if you're playing constantly for all 8 hours, the playtime for these is 9 to 10 hours. Now that's their advertised playtime. I'll talk a little bit about my experience, but let's just say that it did not hit the 9 to 10 hours of playtime. That I could have played many, many more hours, and they just seem to last the entire time. Again, I'll talk a little bit about that more in a second. Additionally, the audio drivers in these are custom-built 40mm audio drivers. They do a fantastic job and take you up to 120 decibels, which again is going to give you fantastic sound right by your ears, but it's still going to allow in a little bit of that ambient sound that's going to keep you safe when you're skiing or snowboarding or what have you. Now, the standby time of these, which is the time that you can charge it and then just kind of let it sit there before it's going to run out of its charge, is 280 hours. That's about 11.5 days. So if you live in Colorado where I live, chances are you're probably skiing every 11 days, and if you're not, it's no big deal. This comes with an easy charger that plugs right into a USB port. On the device itself, it's not a USB charger. It's kind of a 3.5mm jack charger, but that is the way that you charge it. Super, super simple. Additionally, these come with a little carry case, and also the same place where you charge it, an extra cord, a speaker cord, comes with this. So if you should run out of batteries, this is something you can plug the wire into there, then down into your phone. Now, of course, at that point, it's no longer wireless, but at least you still have your sound, you still have your ability to answer phone calls and the like. As you'd expect with something that's going to be right up near your sweaty head, or at least in my case, your sweaty head, these things are water resistant to IPX4 standard. What that means is that they can handle splashed water from pretty much any direction, from this side, from this side, from this side, from this side. It's going to remain water resistant. That's really helpful if you sweat like myself, or if you tend to eat it and get your helmet full of snow. Good job! Additionally, the chips are rated to work down to -4 degrees Fahrenheit. What's really great about that is that you're probably not going to be able to hit that mark very easily, since it's right next to your warm head. So your head is certainly going to contribute to the warmth of these. Now, I haven't been able to test that. I've only worn it down as low as probably 10 degrees. But in general, I would think that you'd be hard pressed to hit -4 degrees, but really impressive performance, and I have not been able to make them quit. Not that I want to, because I like them, but really durable products, really well thought out to have them have that waterproof standard or water resistant standard. So well done there. For the wireless connection, chips use Bluetooth. So if you've got a device, which who doesn't have a device that uses Bluetooth these days, all you do is pair the device once, then the next time you turn it on, your device is going to remember it. I use the iPhone 5. These remember it every time. It's not a big deal to pair them up. You just simply turn them on, and assuming you don't have any other Bluetooth devices paired with this, Bluetooth audio devices paired with the phone, then you're going to be able to connect pretty immediately. It's a really quick thing, maybe like 5 seconds. So awesome, awesome feature there. With the Bluetooth does come its standard 30-foot Bluetooth range. I struggle to see where you'd be able to use the full 30 feet of range because you probably are wearing these on your head, and unless your helmet or head has been separated from your body, or your phone has been separated from your body and tumbled down the hill, or been left up the hill as you tumble down the hill, you're probably not going to be able to use that full 30 feet. So the reception is really good. One of the things that I noticed is that when I was wearing a lot of layers, and I had it kind of in like a hip pocket area, my phone that is, if I turned my head in certain directions, it did seem to drop this signal here and there. It would just cut out a little bit. It wasn't a consistent drop, and it wasn't something that was a deal breaker. But again, under layers, and if I kind of turn my head so that I guess the reception got kind of out of whack, it did drop a couple times. Again, all I had to do was essentially move it up to a breast pocket, my phone, and it was no big deal, no big deal at all. So far as installing it, here's how that works, pretty easy. This again is a removable audio compatible headliner. All you're gonna do is slide this bad boy, there's the speaker side, there's the button side if you will. Slide that down in there, okay? And then you're gonna take, this cord is gonna go into the channel back here. Not all helmets are going to have channels like this. Some are just going to have the cord up against your neck. But I found that not to be a big deal because the cord is really very soft and malleable, and it didn't really cause me any discomfort or anything like that. Then you're just going to close this down. As you can see here, we have a little bit of excess wire, but that's okay. It just slides right down in there. No big deal. And then all I would do is reinsert this into the helmet. And if I'm not mistaken, Outdoor Tech sells an aftermarket kind of helmet liner like this. So if you don't have a compatible helmet liner, but you do have something that's got buttons like this, you can easily swap them out with this. So that's how it inserts. Really, really super easy. One of the best things about chips is that they're completely operational with big fatty fat gloves on. In fact, I actually had mittens on earlier, and assuming that your mittens have some sort of this kind of movement in the fingers, you can even use it with mittens on. So right now I've got this thing connected to my phone, which is in my pocket. And if I want to play some music, all I do is go beep, push the button, and then I can just jam out. And I can't really hear what I'm saying right now, so we pause it. To turn it up, you just hit this side twice. To turn it down, you hit this side once. It's a really kind of intuitive system to operate the chips. Now, some people might think that it's a little bit complex at first, but number one, they provide a card, which I always keep kind of right in the breast pocket area of whatever outfit I'm wearing on any given day, so I can refer to it if I need to. The second thing is that it's really, really intuitive. Basically, this side is for pushing play and pushing start. You can actually even skip songs with this. And to answer phone calls, you're going to use this button over here. This is also the power on and off button by holding it. Really, really easy to use. It's just single taps for all of those things. To power on and off, you hold it down. For this side, it's the volume up, volume down, and this is actually also how you can use Siri. One of the things that's not documented in the documentation of chips is that you can use it with Siri. What you do to do that is hold down the left ear, just for probably 3 seconds, and then hold down the right ear, and then you'll hear the Siri prompt as per normal. At $129, chips may seem a little bit pricey, but if you consider how durable they are, the fact that they're Bluetooth wireless, and the fact that they're going to keep you safe on the slopes, it's actually a really good price. It's well priced, and you're definitely going to find audio helmets with existing audio built into them are about that much more than your helmet anyway. So if you've got a helmet that you don't have audio in, but you want to put it in, this is really, really a great option. Add to that the fact that even if you don't want to listen to music, but you just want to have a Bluetooth, effectively like a jawbone, like a Bluetooth earpiece to talk on the phone, that's going to be there so that you don't have to find yourself fumbling through layers of clothes with gloves on or taking a glove off or what have you to get to your phone. These are right there. All you do is simply push the button and you talk to the people. Honestly, in my experience, the microphone being right here, which is going to be oriented right about where a traditional earbud would be, it picks up sound really well. No one had a problem hearing me, and I didn't have a problem hearing anybody. Much of that is probably due to the fact that the ear pad kind of forms like a buffer, like a windscreen on a microphone, and really clarifies the sound. So I can't see really riding without something like this. It's a really complementary piece to any ski outfit. Definitely something that you're going to want to check out. Chips from Outdoor Tech. Thanks guys so much for watching this episode of Gearers TV. Please like and favorite this here video and all of our videos. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments or questions section below. We'd be happy to answer you. If you'd like to hear us talk about something in particular, just let us know. That's all. We'll try to get our hands on it and give you guys our review. Please click on over to gearist.com. While you're there, take a look around. Look at all of our written reviews and our video reviews and news and other things that we publish. And subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Gearers TV. Now please click on over to gearers.com, and while you're here looking at that beautiful blue subscribe button, why not go ahead and click it? All the cool kids are, and you know you want to. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.